Good evening, you are watching News Mongolia on MNB World. I'm your host, Satlangort. For our top stories, Mongolian baritone E.Amartuvshin plays King Nabucco at London's Royal Opera House. New economic recovery policy to be submitted to Parliament for approval. Foreign Minister holds an online meeting with her Japanese counterpart. For other news, stay tuned. The Royal Opera House in London premiered its production of the Verdi opera Nabucco on December 23rd, with Daniel Abbado's 2013 staging. The production features Mongolian baritone E.Amartuvshin as Nabucco, king of the Babylonians.
Baritone E.Amartuvshin has won numerous prizes from national and international opera competitions, such as second prize for Best Male Singer and a public award from the 14th Tchaikovsky competition, the Grand Prix at Plácido Domingos Operalia International Competition, and the Dame Joan Sutherland Audience Prize at the 2015 BBC Cardiff Singer of the World. In 2021, he was named Opera Star at the International Opera Awards.
Today I play the role of Babylonian King Nabucco in the opera composed by the famous Italian composer Verdi in this renowned place, the Royal Opera House. I'm really delighted to be on the same stage with operatic superstars. This performance has been a wonderful experience for me.
Nabucco was an instant success at its 1842 premiere, with the famed chorus of the Hebrew slaves Va Pensiero taken on an anthemic political resonance that lasts to this day. For this revival of Daniela Abbado's 2013 production, Anna Netrebko and Lyudmila Monastyrska share the role of scamming Princess Abigail, and Alexander Vinogradov plays the high priest Zachariah.
After the premiere, several international critics reviewed the opera and praised the professionalism, skill and vocal range of E.Amartuvshin. He is currently considered a Mongolian cultural envoy, and we think that he is doing a great job promoting Mongolia on the international opera stage.
In 2022, E.Amartuvshin plans to perform in Germany, Belgium and Italy in operas such as Tosca, Aida, Rigoletto and Louisa Miller.
Cabinet meeting was held on Saturday, December 25th. Cabinet members discussed a draft resolution on approving the new economic recovery policy submitted to the Parliament of Mongolia.
The economic recovery policy is the basis for strengthening Mongolia's economic independence, reducing the negative aftermath of COVID-19, its impact on the local economy, and the implementation of the Vision 2050 long-term development policy. The policy will be based on active partnership between the government, the private sector, and investors. Cabinet also discussed a medium-term program to create positive conditions for improving the economy, infrastructure, and the state's productivity. With the implementation of this policy, cabinet members believe the first stage of goals set in Mongolia's long-term development policy will be met. Average annual economic growth will reach 6% and per capita production will triple. The employment rate is expected to increase by up to 65%, and the middle and upper class is expected to grow by 13% and reach 85% according to economic recovery policy.
The Ministry of Health and the National Center for Communicable Diseases provided the latest updates on COVID-19 status in Mongolia. Details as follows.
The Ministry of Health today on December 27th has reported that 83 new COVID-19 cases were detected in the past 24 hours after tests were carried out at PCR laboratories across the country. Unfortunately, one woman with underlying health conditions died of COVID-19 complications. All new cases except 6 were confirmed domestically, out of which 57 were confirmed in Ulaanbaatar and 20 were confirmed in the provinces, and the remaining 6 cases were imported. 1,941 COVID-19 patients being treated at hospitals nationwide. Additionally, 3,447 patients are being treated at home. Among the 1,941 COVID-19 patients being treated at hospitals nationwide, 716 are showing mild symptoms of illness and 31 are in critical condition. As of now, around 2.15 million people have had 2 doses of a COVID-19 vaccine, and 28% of the population has received the booster shot so far.
Thank you for staying with us on MNB World. Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
In accordance with the decision made by the National Emergency Commission, starting from December 25th, people coming from abroad will be required to stay in temporary isolation venues for 3 days in order to prevent the spread of COVID-19 variants. No isolation fees will be applied for children aged 0 to 3 years old. A fee of 50,000 Mongolian Turkics will be applied for children aged 4 through 12, and people over the age of 13 will be charged 100,000 Mongolian Turkics. Payment will be made at the hotels and other isolation venues. For hotel stays, people also can choose to stay at the Ibis, Torsion Kempinski and Novotel at the hotel's own rates.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Batsitsik had an online meeting with her Japanese counterpart Yoshimasa Hayashi to discuss relations and cooperation-related issues between the two countries. The foreign ministers expressed their satisfaction with the announcement of 2022 as the Mongolia-Japan Year of Friendship and Exchange of Children and Youth, a declaration made to mark the 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries. The parties agreed to work actively to organize high-level visits, support youth exchanges, strengthen public-private partnerships, and fortify people-to-people ties. Noting that the strategic partnership between Mongolia and Japan is expanding year by year, the ministers emphasized that the countries are cooperating closely even during the COVID-19 pandemic. Minister Batsitsik thanked the government of Japan for its extensive support in reducing the pandemic risk in Mongolia by providing soft loans, strengthening the healthcare system, supplying critical equipment, donating vaccines, and establishing a cold chain system. A mid-term program for cooperation in 2022 through 2025 is expected to be approved by both countries next year. The two sides reaffirmed that the parties will also strengthen cooperation within the UN and international organizations. Director General of the Department of Asia and the Pacific at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Sarantos, held an online meeting with Vilot Saundala, Director General of the Asia, Pacific and Africa Department at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Lao People's Democratic Republic. The department directors discussed the joint celebration of the 60th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Mongolia and Laos and current issues of bilateral relations and cooperation. Mongolia established diplomatic ties with Laos on September 12, 1962. They talked about organizing a series of events to promote the history of bilateral friendly relations to the people of the two countries and to identify areas for cooperation in the future. They agreed to hold an intergovernmental meeting and consultative meeting of their foreign ministries next year, which were postponed due to the pandemic. Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Honored athlete of Mongolia, Tindwater had his first fight in professional boxing against Russian athlete Soslan Bayev on December 24th. Tindwater won his fight and won the WBA Asian Championship belt by judges' decision.
The Russian Boxing Federation held the professional boxing tournament last Friday, December 24th, at the Soviet Wing Sports Palace in Moscow. During the competition, Mongolian athlete Tindwater won his first fight in professional boxing in the super featherweight class against Russian Soslan Bayev. Soslan had not lost in his 6 previous fights. Tindwater, a 25-year-old bronze medalist at the World Amateur Boxing Championships, traveled to Moscow earlier this month to train. Soslan Bayev, a young Ossetian who fought him, fought 6 times in the professional boxing ring and had won all of them. Tindwater wrote on his Facebook page on Sunday, "I will win all belts. There will be another fight in February." Tindwater won a bronze medal at the 2019 Amateur Boxing World Championships, as well as gold medal at the 2018 Asian Games in Jakarta and a gold medal at the 2019 and 2021 Asian Championships.
Here comes the weather forecast for the world's major cities. This is it for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.